Today's story is from a small village, where a simple exchange between a shopkeeper and a farmer reveals one of life's most powerful truths. You cannot cheat the world without cheating yourself. This story will make you think twice before you act dishonestly, even in the smallest way. And by the end you will understand why the wise ones always say that karma never fails in the law of universe. So stay with me till the very end, because the twist in this tale might just change the way you see your own actions forever. In a small village nestled in the heart of India, there lived a shopkeeper named Govind. His shop stood at the center of the village, a modest establishment with wooden shelves lined with jars of spices, bags of grain, and all the essentials a village family might need. Go was a clever man, perhaps too clever for his own good. He wore a clean white kurta every day and greeted every customer with a wide smile that never quite reached his eyes. The villagers trusted Govind. After all, his family had run the shop for 3 generations. When mothers send their children to buy rice or flour, they always said, "Go to Govind buy shop. He's an honest man." But here is the thing about trust, my friends. It can blind us to what lies beneath the surface. On the outskirts of the village lived a humble farmer named Ramu. He owned 2 buffaloes and a small piece of land. His wife Kamla made the finest butter in the entire village. Every morning before the sun climbed too high, Ramu would ride his bicycle 3 kilometers to go and shop, carrying a clay pot wrapped in a damp cloth. Inside that pot was 1 kilogram of fresh golden butter. In exchange, Govind would give Ramu 1 kilogram of wheat. This arrangement had continued for 5 long years. Neither man questioned it. Neither man spoke more than necessary. It was simply the way things were done. But greed is like a termite. It eats slowly, silently from the inside. And Govind's greed had been eating at him for years. One hot summer morning, Govind woke up feeling particularly suspicious. "That Ramu," he muttered to himself. "He looks too content for a poor farmer. Perhaps he has been cheating me all along. Perhaps his butter is not a full kilogram." So that day when Ramu came with his butter, Govind did something he had never done before. After Ramu left, he placed the butter on his weighing scale, the same scale he used for all his customers. His eyes widened. The butter weighed only 900 g. "Thief!" Govind shouted, his face red with anger. "That wretched farmer has been robbing me for 5 years." Without wasting a moment, Govind marched to the village panchayat, the council of elders. He demanded justice. He wanted Ramu punished. He wanted compensation for every gram of butter he claimed he had lost. The village gathered under the great peepal tree where the panchayat always met. Ramu stood quietly, his head slightly bowed, as Govind shouted his accusations for everyone to hear. The head of the panchayat, Suraj, raised his hand for silence. His voice was calm but firm. "Ramu," he said, "the shopkeeper claims your butter has always been short of 1 kilogram. What do you say to this?" Ramu looked up. There was no fear in his eyes, only a quiet sadness. "Sir Panji," he said softly, "I am a poor man. I do not own a proper weighing scale. I never have." The crowd murmured. Govind smirked. "Then how do you measure your butter?" he demanded. Ramu turned to face his accuser directly. "Every day," he said, "I buy 1 kilogram of wheat from your shop. I take that wheat home and place it on one side of my balance. Then I cut butter until it matches the weight of the wheat. Whatever wheat you give me, that is how much butter I give you." A stunned silence fell over the crowd. Sarpanch leaned forward. "So you are saying, Ramu, that if your butter is 900 gram, it is because the weight you received was also 900 gram?" "Yes, Sir Panji," Ramu replied. "Have no other measure." Govind had been cheating Rao on the wheat, and in his honesty, Rao had simply been reflecting that weight back to him. The truth struck the village like a thunderclap. Govind had been cheating his customers for years, giving them less wheat than they paid for. And now his own dishonesty had returned to him, measured perfectly. "Graham for Graham." The serpent stood up, his eyes burning with a stern, righteous light. He looked at Govind, who was now staring at the dust by his feet, unable to meet anyone's gaze. "Govind," the serpent said, his voice ringing with authority, "you dug a pit of greed hoping to catch a simple man. But you forgot that the path you walk is the same one you paved, music, for others. By cheating Rao, you cheated yourself. You have not only lost your money, you have lost your honor too." The Panchayat's decision was swift. Govind was ordered to repay Ramu for 5 years of lost grain and was banished from the village. He left that village within a month in shame, carrying the heavy burden of his own dishonesty, a weight far heavier than any kilogram of gold. Rao continued making butter. Kamla continued being the finest butter maker in the village. And the village learned a lesson they would never forget. This simple village tale carries profound wisdom for all of us. Our actions, whether good or bad, always find their way back to us. The universe keeps its own accounts. Govind thought he was clever, cheating his customers by small amounts that no one would notice. But life has a way of balancing its scales. What you give to the world, kindness or cruelty, honesty or deception, will eventually return to your own doorstep. Just like music, the shopkeeper suffered because of his own deceit. In life, too, we eventually face the consequences of our own actions. We may get away with doing wrong once, twice, or even several times, but one day or another, we must pay for our deeds. The law of karma never fails. He who cheats with his own measure shall one day be measured by it. Don't you remember the proverb, "Dig a pit for another, and you shall fall into it yourself"? Our actions, whether good or bad, eventually find their way back to us. The world is a reflection of our own integrity. So, here is what I want you to carry with you from the story. First, be honest. Not because people are watching, but because your actions are shaping your future, whether you realize it or not. Second, never underestimate the power of small actions. Third, shortcuts built on dishonesty always collapse. Fourth, we are always being measured by our own standards. Your time will come. Now I want to hear from you. Tell me in the comments, have you ever experienced karma in your own life? A moment where life returned to you exactly what you gave to someone else. Share your story because your experience might inspire someone who needs to hear it today. If you believe this story should reach more people, please like and share this video and subscribe to our channel so you never miss a story like